Hi guys, how you doing? So those of you who don't know me, I'm James, this is Richard, and we've got Owen on camera for once.
Going to try a new thing this time. Obviously we haven't got a car in here because we've been working on something else today, but what we are going to do is we're going to do you a series basically. We found ourselves a project car that has kind of fallen into that age bracket where people who own them will now be kind of going, I might have a bash at doing something myself, or they want to like modernise it in some way, or their bumper's dinged and they want to have a bash at taking the bumper off and maybe just getting one from a scrappy and chucking it on, or they want to have a bash at fixing it. So yeah, we've got this car, and it's a good car, to be fair, low spec, but it's a good car, well known, and yeah, we're going to go through fixing some bits on it, upgrading a load of stuff on it, showing you the things we do day to day and that can be done in it, even though it is now an older car, and obviously we work on loads of new cars and stuff. But yeah, so we're just going to take you through a whole series of things, kind of week by week, of doing different projects on it. Obviously some of them are going to take longer. We want to do like a sound upgrade on it and things, so there'll be like a bit of a boot build. We can't just do that in one thing, so we'll just take you through bit by bit, doing various DIY fixing it and upgrading it and just making it a much cooler car.
We'd love to have more time to do stuff like this, but we've had numerous emails and subscribers on our YouTube channel, because it's not just UK based subscribers. We've got people around the world that do follow us. We've had quite a few people say to us, look guys, why can't you just do a particular car, a series on a car that you can just mod it out, change and upgrade the technology, but something that we can all relate to. And this is why we're doing this series for you.
Should we go get it?
Yeah.
Right.
Cool, let's do it.
Go get it.
So, what you see is a 2008 Golf Mark V. It's high mileage, 150,000, and when we got offered it by a colleague of the business's, we were absolutely delighted. He had been offered some not many peanuts for it by a well-known online car buying company, no names mentioned, but he turned it down because it was a little bit on the low side. What we have done is we've acquired this for £600. Now, to be honest, it's a lot of car for the money. It's got a full main dealer service history and it's got 150 in the clock, but it doesn't really matter. What you do see is a car that's actually been relatively well looked after, and by the time we have worked on it and pimped it, we're going to be doing some serious stuff to this, and it's going to look awesome.
So that's been looked after in terms of like servicing and things like that, but obviously it's got dings and dents and age-related marks and stuff like that, and you might have something that's similar and in the same way, same sort of condition. If we can show you maybe how to at least get this stuff off, then that might help. So you've got front bumper here. We've got some nasty little scuffs all going on down here where I think a wall has maybe been gently kissed. We've got some other ones down the other side as well. So we can show you how to take your front bumper off. We might even, and we're not a body shop admittedly, but we might even be able to look into some sort of like gentle rattle can kind of repair or something. Polishing up headlights and stuff, that refreshes a car fantastically. Done it on my car, works a treat, and also makes them, you can actually like fail your MOT and stuff with cloudy headlights and things. So we'll show you how to take your headlights out of your Mark V Golf. We can even do things like your rear bumpers, obviously, because the rear bumper on this has been dinged as well. Stuff like minor dents, like I said, we're not body shops, we can't really do the doors admittedly, but we're going to be taking off the door cards and stuff, so if you did have a bit of a dent that you might be able to push out from the inside, we'll be able to show you how to get in there and possibly pop that out if you had something like that. Again, rear lights, they've got scratches and things. They can all be taken off, polished up, fixed up. We can even show you how to replace your beastie antenna with some sort of like shark fin antenna. So then you can utilize that with some sort of head unit upgrade. You can have like GPS and DAB and things, depending on how base model your car is. Like I said earlier, this one's relatively base model. There's not a lot we can do engine wise because we don't really do engine stuff. because it's only a 1.6, but we might be able to put some sort of induction kit on it, make it a bit fruitier, and then we might even, depending on what James wants to do, we could look into lowering it, make it sit better, because that'd be cool. Maybe pick up some wheels from somewhere, possibly, spacers, make it look a bit meaner to then suit all the kit that we're going to chuck in it, and make it a bit more fun, nicer to look at, and then we can take it places and show it off. And then you guys can come down when you're having work done, you can borrow it and roll around in a nice car that's properly tricked out.
When we found out that we were going to get this Golf, we sat around and started discussing what we're going to do with it within a sensible budget. We didn't want to spend loads and loads of money on something that was out of reach for a lot of people, a lot of our viewers as well. So that's the reason why we had a budget of 500-600 quid on a car like this. And I have to admit, I've really enjoyed driving this car. It's a little bit gutless, but that's just because modern cars are quite pokey. The 150,000 miles this car has done, it's obviously been well looked after because it just drives really smoothly. Recently we have, well actually no, last week we have just done the brakes on it because it was an MOT failure, so there's no point starting a project on a vehicle that's not road legal, so we had to do that. Looking at the interior of the car, yes, it is pretty much bog standard. One thing I do like is we've got factory multifunction steering wheel, factory cruise. So it is an entry-level car, but actually when you've got a car that came with certain specification like that, at least it's got things like AIC, so we've got a good foundation to build from. Owen's going to talk to you about what we're going to do inside, but that will include all the day-to-day stuff that we enjoy doing. And that's from, yes, of course, sound deadening for the doors and speaker upgrades, because, well, actually, I'll let Owen talk about what we're going to do Alpine-wise, but this is going to be an Alpine car. We're going to do some LED lighting inside. We have got a problem with the roof lining inside here because over time the adhesive that sticks the headlining onto the, or the cloth onto the foam headlining has dried out, and that's starting to sag down. It's quite common in a lot of cars, and they don't have to be 14, 15-year-old cars. It can happen much, much sooner. So depending on what we're doing, because we're probably gonna, well, we're gonna get a nice color-coded German shark fin, one of our own shark fin antennas available on the website. We'll take it down to the body shop, get it color coded, get this black thing off here and fit an FM DAB and GPS one and connect that up to our new digital media receiver head unit we're going to pop in. At the same time, we'll take advantage of the fact that the roof lining, head lining is damaged, and we'll also take that down. Richard's already covered the exterior. We're probably even going to do parking sensors, and only because of the fact that parking sensors for us is bread and butter and has been for 20 odd years. The bumper's not too damaged at the area that we would do it. The Mark V Golf has the motorised emblem. If we can get an aftermarket camera to fit and work in there, that'd be really cool, so that we don't have to have an external one. We may even treat this car to a cool number plate if we can find one that's apt for what we're doing, just to get rid of this bog standard one off here. And then in here, there could be sort of more routine maintenance stuff, just bits and pieces in here doing this because a lot of these suffer from a little bit of water ingress through the grommets and in through the lights, so we can cover that, but not too much because we want to keep it really, really exciting. Apart from that, on the inside, it's probably going to be more of the interior tech, which is what we specialise in. But in a second, I'm going to hand over to Owen, who's going to talk to you about our interior build.
Hi guys, I'm Owen. I'm speaking to you guys on camera for the first time. You've probably seen me in the background of many of our videos, but I am actually allowed to speak to you guys for the first time. As James has gone around the vehicle and Richard has, and explained to you guys what we're doing, and there's loads of stuff that we're doing to this vehicle. Obviously, as a tech company, we specialise in a lot of things inside the vehicle, like lights, speakers, head unit, maybe changing some like steering wheel, the gear gator, and just anything that we can change that we do regularly, and some things that we don't do so regularly. So a few of our favourite upgrades to do in any vehicle, car, van, motorhome is to upgrade the head unit and the speakers, because they are what brings you the most comfort in your car. They're what you see and play with the most when you're in the car. So what we're going to do, we're going to fit an ILX 705 into in replacement of the CD player that we've currently got in there, which will give you Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, give you some charging ports as well, which is always important. Considering we're a tech company, we did get told that it was quite amusing that we had nowhere to charge your phone in the car. So the ILX will eliminate that problem, and hopefully we don't get that feedback ever again. To help power our new speakers that we fit, we're going to do 3 ways in the front, and then luckily normally we'd do like some coaxials in the rears, but luckily we actually have tweeters and bass speakers in the rear, so we can have some component speakers in there instead, and they can all be run off a DSP amp. And then obviously we'll do a sub in the rear, which Richard will happily explain to you how he plans on making that and making it all suitable for the car, because that's one of his favourite areas. So I stupidly forgot to mention for something that I do near enough every day here, which is stage 1, 2 and 3 sound deadening, which we will see many of our videos that we've done on T6s, T6.1s, where we'll do like the whole van or just the front door cards, but it just solidifies and makes your experience with speakers and just cocooned into your vehicle a bit better. So without any sound deadening, this is what your door normally sounds like. Very hollow and just rubbish. Once we've managed to get stage 1, 2 and 3 on there, it's very solid, and then once we actually do a video on that, you'll be able to hear the difference, and it's a massive improvement to any vehicle.
So with any sort of like audio upgrade, you don't have to spend the earth, remortgage your house or anything like that, just to have better sound. So on that basis, we don't want to do this by showing to you, oh look, this is all like the top spec stuff. So, you know, for Alpine, that would now be the Status series, which is big money, as with many of the kind of other brands and stuff you get that are real high-end stuff. But with the beauty of Alpine is they got some real nice entry-level stuff. So like the S series stuff is brilliant. It sounds really well. It sounds really good. And if it's set up properly, then it will reproduce everything a treat. And they put a lot of work into all their new gear. So now you can get 3-way components, 2-way components, coaxials and all those sorts of stuff. So with the versatility that this vehicle has, we can really explore that and produce something that is a bit more budget friendly, but ends up with a real cracking sound that reproduces a whole range of stuff fantastically. So with everything that's going on in the front, obviously we're going to have to do a lot of sound deadening at the back as well, because we intend to use the boot area. Well, we could do a massive old school boot build, like, you know, 90 spec boy racer, just fill it with everything. But because we also want to be able to allow people to use this car when they're coming down for, like, you know, and their vehicle's being dropped off for like a week, they can then take it out for the day, or even just like it's a day and they want to go out and go and enjoy the beach and things. They can take it and they can still stick some stuff in the boot. So what we'll do is some sort of nice discreet boot build in terms of sub and amp. Probably chuck in a DSP processor of some sort, like one of the new Optimate DSP amps that's come out from Alpine. Cracking bit of kit, that is really smart. So we can just build it all out so it's going to integrate beautifully with the rest of the car. We can chuck in loads of sound deadening everywhere, because we're going to show you how to take your car apart, so you can either replace stuff or fix stuff. And then whilst we've got it apart, we can sound deaden everything. So we can do the boot lid, we can do all the floor, we can even, because we've got the roof lining out, we'll do the roof as well. And then what's going to happen with that is the whole car, once it's fully sound deadened and treated and everything, it's going to sound and feel a lot more like a modern car that's all just really nice and cocooned, as Owen was saying. And then that allows all the speakers, once it's all been properly set up and working, it's going to sound gorgeous in there. It's going to be a wicked bit of kit to go drive around in. So yeah, we'll take you through doing a lot of that. As I said, boot builds and things, they take time, so that'll just be a gradual process of working our way through it. But in the meantime, we'll be able to show you how to take everything out of your car, and you can fix it along the way and go from there.
As you can imagine, we've had some fun making this first episode for you, introducing you to the Golf, and all three of us being on the camera at the same time. So every Thursday, there's going to be a new video launched. We're going to keep it consistent, so make sure you stay tuned. We're going to show you what tools we're using, how we're doing stuff, what kit we're using, so that if you want to try this at home, you can. Or if you don't have the confidence, you can always get booked in to get this kind of work done. Again, this is the reason why we're doing this on this nice everyday car, but also it's the 50th anniversary for the Golf this year, so we're paying homage to that as well and celebrating that, because the Golf, going back from
60s.
I mean, you know, realistically, you look at how the models have evolved over the years, and it's amazing. This is a great runaround car, so stay tuned and watch what we're going to show you. No, that's stupid. Stay tuned and watch what we're going to show you. So listen, stay tuned. We're going to keep it as interesting as we can. You are still filming, aren't you?
No, I'm done.